And that comes to the last part, which is the soundtrack. And that's the last of the five. He talked about music telling you what to feel, and it's so important. If you have a love scene and the music's, like Get Up and Go, or it's driving music, or some loud guitars and screaming, it ruins the moment. Every piece of music really defines the emotions that you're going to feel in that scene. If you watch a movie and they take all the music out, a lot of times you don't even know that you're hearing the music, because it's part of the scene. The big anthem, Top Gun comes to mind right away. When you hear the music and the plane's flying and laying on the deck, you're like, yes! You want to jump up. It's like the beginning of the movie and scream, because that is the music, and that's what it's invoking, that emotion from you, the hero. It's going to happen. Already, it's a hero film, and it's going to happen. Right away with the music. You cut the music off and play it again. If you have it at home, turn the DVD on, turn the music down, watch it. There's a plane landing on an aircraft carrier. It's like, who cares? It's really that important. And also, the volume and the mixing. Get someone in post-production that knows what they're talking about. If the music's too loud, you can't hear the actors talking. I don't know how many films, even the big ones, and the music over there. You're like, what are they saying? Then you've lost them again. Because once you can't hear the dialogue and you're more concerned about what they're saying than being involved in the film, you're taken out of the experience. And one of the guys told me, Big Bear, we've had everyone, even, who was the last person? Ron Perlman was up there a couple years ago, received an award. Lots of filmmakers, lots of directors, writers have come up. And I try to get a chance to talk with each one of them to get that little bit of wisdom. And you're taking them out of experience. You're trying to dispel the belief that what they're saying on screen and what's happening is not real. That's what you're doing with a movie. You've got to give them that window that gives them the room to say, well, that might happen. Because once they say, oh, that can't happen, now you've lost them. They're not watching your film anymore. They're not in the experience anymore. So you always have to give them a little bit of leeway. So even though it's not real, you'll say, maybe it could happen. And you still want to follow the story and the belief, that that's happening. Sorry if I'm going too fast. That's the kind of quick rundown. Any questions or anything that anybody wants to know about the festivals? Or all right, hold on. I got one more. Like I said, I'll make this available online so that Eric can send it out. And I'll talk about a crew a little bit, and then Ron will talk about the lighting with that. If you're going to shoot a film and you're really going to put time into it, you're going to need, at the minimum, I think, at least 6 people on your crew. And that's starting with your director. You need a producer, writer, a DP, and a sound person. If you have a little more money and time, you might have some kind of production designer, and then a grip person with the lighting, and then if you have effects and props, prop master. And that person, on small budgets, usually ends up taking care of all the props, the wardrobe, and everything else, because you have to wear so many hats. But if you try and make a film, and you need 6 people, so that's 12 hands, 6 times, yeah, so make sure I'm counting right. And it's just you with the 2 of yours, how long do you think that's going to take you to get that film finished? Most of the time, never. 9 out of 10 productions never get completed for one reason or another. Don't be on that list. And 5 or 6 of those get shot, but never finish post-production. For sound issues, lighting issues, an actor maybe couldn't come back one day and it's a lead, and now you have a lead actor who disappears halfway through the film, you can't finish it. And that's really the pitfalls that you need to avoid and watch out for. And I think that covers almost everything. And there's a little bit of jargon about filmmaking that I put in here. And if some of you guys are first-time filmmakers, I'm not sure. We have so many different levels in here. But, definitely put together a shooting schedule. Shot list, which is all the shots you're going to take for that day and what camera angles you're going to use. If you spend all the time beforehand on what they call pre-production, it's really going to come to your advantage. You can't be sitting there with everyone waiting around, writing out what you're going to do that day. You've wasted the whole day, because by the time you're all done, the actors have cooled off, or people are out talking, or no one's in that moment anymore. So do all the pre-production before that. There's a master shot, which is usually the widest shot that you shoot. And then POVs is one person looking at another person if you have dialogue and conversation. Make sure you do a scene and take number, as Bill said, he's not sitting there anymore. On every shot you take, get that in there, get the slate in there with a scene and take number on there. When you go to post, you can assemble it so much easier than looking through all the shots and trying to figure out where they go. Also, rolling and speed. For sound used to be recorded on a different device for most everybody, but when digital came out with everyone's Handycam, we got used to it all being on one tape and all together right here. but everywhere else it's still separate. So what they do is when you call action, first you get your sound rolling, then you call speed to make sure the sound's up to speed because it used to be on reels, and then you call action so that everyone starts moving. So that way when you go back to post, everything is still in sync. I don't know how many times where I've been there where they've done that. They'll call action, they'll start going, and then the guy isn't ready with the sound, so they're already talking, and the sound isn't either up to speed or they're not ready yet because there's still people in the background talking. We didn't get quiet on set before action was called. You can't use that take now. So longer production. And everything adds up and everything costs money. I think that's about everything I'd like to cover. I know we're running out of time. And then we're going to give away some free passes to Big Bear Lake Film Festival. And I got some posters and rat cards. But definitely, if you guys have an idea for a film, no matter how long or short, you know, the advice they gave me, and that was my first big one, which turned out to be almost a nightmare, but I learned so much on that, which made every film after that better, is that you got to make a film. If you keep planning to make a film and never make a film, you never get past that first hump, and that is the most difficult one. Because once you make that first film, you go, wow, the light comes on. Here's what I didn't do, here's what I need to do. Look at all your work and really be honest with yourself. If you don't like the lighting, you don't like the acting, you don't like maybe your own script, but you have to be honest with yourself about what you've done and how you've created it. Because if you don't like those things, make sure you make it better on the next one you're doing. And that's the only way to get out of the hole. Because, you know, they have millions of people, millions of dollars, and studios, but they have everything we don't have, and we're trying to make a film that they're going to want to watch on less than a shoestring budget. So, you know, it's a little extra work, but there's people out here that really want to do this, and you know, good luck to everybody, and I hope you guys will get those films made. So, see you in a bit.